and this is the goRIA live stream. If you've been following us for a while, you probably know already that goRIA is essentially a one-stop resource for advisors looking to go independent. We are putting together really a roadmap of everything you're going to want to know as you're planning your move to the RIA space. What's unique about us is all of our content, excuse me, is laser focused uh, to deliver the news you're going to want to know and the information you're going to want to know before you break away. And this is going to include a podcast. We're doing one every other week, quarterly webcasts, curated articles, and soon, and this is something I'm very excited about, an entire resource center with checklists, calculators, white papers, and really a lot more content that is very actionable, right? So there is definitely some news, but a lot of this is really going to be think of it like a blueprint, right? Everything that you're going to want to know as you're putting together your pro formas and everything you're thinking about before you make the leap from the broker dealer world to the RIA space. I myself went RIA. I broke away myself about 4 years ago. I was with a broker dealer about 4 years ago. I dropped my 7, dropped my 24, and went 100% into the RIA space. And I tell you, like a lot of other folks that have made that transition, the only regret I have is not having done it sooner. It really is a fantastic environment. The payout is higher, and that's something that everyone talks about, and that's very true. But the independence, the ability to craft your practice, your business, your firm, the way you want to do it. And during this entire website, that is goRIA, you could find that right on the Investment News Master website. We're going to have everything you need to know as you're planning your move to do the same. So if you've been following us for a while, you already know all of this. Here's something that's really quite new for today, right? So the headline today is, and you may have heard this already too, is that Investment News has been purchased by a very large international firm called Key Media. Now, what does this mean? Well, in short, more resources, right? Key Media's, it's a huge firm. They focus only on all things media. And I've had the pleasure of interacting with them now for a few weeks to see what's happening with the short, intermediate, and long-term plans. And the good news, as I said, is a ton of great, phenomenal resources, a fantastic team, and from my personal perspective, if you will, a renewed emphasis on goRIA. So I think that's, in my opinion, great news. And I think really valuable, right? So the first goRIA I did was, 2 years ago now, 2.5 years ago on my personal Zoom, and it's really evolved into this. And to have the support of Investment News and now Investment News backed by Key Media is going to be really spectacular. And I'm really excited about some of the things we're going to start seeing real soon in real time. Enhancements to the website. So some, what would you say, kind of aesthetic things. So that's nice, but also a lot more content. So stay tuned. And what I'll be doing is using these live streams every week, Wednesdays at 3 o'clock. And I'll be giving you updates on what's happening at the goRIA site. To get there, just go to the Investment News website, upper right-hand corner, you'll see a tab that says goRIA. Just click that. Let me tell you what you'll see there right now. So we already have some content out there that I think is fantastic. So we have Cheryl Penny, right, from Dynasty. He's talking about the different ways you could structure your RIA. We have Brian Hamburger, of course, from Market Counsel, and he's giving us some great insight as far as what to do and what not to do, right, when you leave your broker dealer. Some really funny stories, some scary stories too. So if you're looking to make a change, again, that's some information you're going to want to have. We also have Alicia Dowell from Keybridge, and she goes into a great deal of detail on what does it mean exactly to keep your RIA compliant, especially with all the changes in the laws, and a lot more. Coming up soon, next week, we'll have the podcast up from Corey Whalen, who you all probably know from Bridgemark. And he's going to share his thoughts on really that first decision you would want to make as you're going RIA, right? Sort of that first part of that decision tree. Should you build your own, right? Or should you tuck in? And as you might imagine, there's pros and cons with both. And I had a great conversation with Corey. And that's going to be on the site later this week, early next. We also have a webcast coming up with Louis Diamond from Diamond Consultants, and he's going to be sharing his best practices for making a clean transition and a safe transition from the broker-dealer world over to your hopefully your new RIA, or if you joined an RIA, same idea. Okay, so look, that's the update for today. The real takeaway is new ownership, new resources, and a real refocusing on the goRIA sub franchise, if you will. And what that means is a lot of really good, actionable content for advisors out there that are doing today what I did 4 years ago, which is getting my spreadsheets going, putting together my pro and con list. Should I do it this way or that way? Putting together my pro forma. What is the tech going to cost? What is my compliance going to cost? Everything we're going to do on goRIA will be really hyper focused, not only on the idea of what do you need to know before you go RIA, but if we were to sum it up in one word, it's going to be specificity, right? So we're going to talk dollars and cents, like what is this cost versus what is that cost? What are really the true pros and cons of doing it this way versus that way? And this will all be done through guests like Brian Hamburger, Cheryl Penny, Louis Diamond. And it's going to be really through the lens of yours truly, right? And I just went through this. And if you know me, you know I love the RIA space. And there is no other industry out there, really. And I challenge anyone listening to come up with a different one that has such the ratio between relative low cost, right? Low barriers to entry, and then the upside potential is through the roof, right? There's no other industry where, as I like to say, you can have a laptop and a dream and you can start up your RIA and build it to the next Mariner or fill in the blank, right? So I'm super excited about it. Really glad to have you all as part of this journey. Feel free to hit me up on social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, or X, I guess, Facebook, whatever your social media of choice is. And if you have any topics that you want us to cover, let us know. We'll cover them. If you have any questions that you want to have answered, let us know. We'll address those. And if you have any guests, or if you want to be a guest, we love talking to industry experts on technology, compliance, custodians, but would also love to get some other RIAs onto the show, right? How did you do it, right? And how did you do it perhaps differently than what I did? What were some things you wish you did differently, right? So anything and everything that's related to going RIA is what we want to cover on this channel. The other thing I can mention is we're going to start taking goRIA on the road. Our first stop this year, at least, will be at the FPA National Conference in Phoenix, late September 26, 27. So if you're already registered, I'll see you there. If you're not registered, get registered. It's a great resource, right? I'm a member of the FPA. I'm actually on the board of the FPA in Connecticut. And I found when I was going RIA, one of the best resources I had, because there wasn't goRIA then, right? If I had goRIA back then, that would be my best resource, perhaps. Shameless self-promotion. But joking aside, one of the best resources I had when I was looking to go RIA was talking to other advisors that did it. Talk to advisors that tucked in. Talk to advisors that built their own. And organizations like the FPA, the Financial Planning Association, is a fantastic resource to connecting with these other advisors. And FPA National puts on a great show. As I said, if you're around and you're registered, I'll see you then. If you haven't registered, think about it. Again, September 26th, 27th in Phoenix. They're going to have an entire podcast alley, and I'm glad to be part of that. And I'll be doing the goRIA live streams and podcast live from Phoenix at the FPA. So if you're there, come see me. If you have a great story to share, let me know, and we'll get you your 15 minutes of fame, or at least 5 or 10 minutes at a minimum. Okay, so again, on behalf of Investment News and goRIA, I'm Chuck Fala, and looking forward to seeing a lot more of you through this channel. See you next week. Take care.